Hey everyone, welcome to your daily 5-minute Bible teaching from Back to the Bible. This is Pastor Nat Crawford, and today we're going to talk about the gift of salvation. Have you ever received a gift, but you just didn't know how to accept it? Or maybe you were fine accepting it, but you didn't know what to do with it. I think this actually happens all the time. We struggle when receiving gifts of all kinds, even the gift of salvation. If you're struggling with grace, that gift of salvation, Paul has some encouragement for you in Galatians chapter 5, beginning in verse 1. For freedom, Christ has set us free. Stand firm, therefore, and do not submit again to the yoke of slavery. Look, I, Paul, say to you that if you accept circumcision, Christ will be of no advantage to you. I testify again to every man who accepts circumcision that he is obligated to keep the whole law. You are severed from Christ. You who would be justified by the law, you have fallen away from grace. Paul says that Christ has set us free. Well, what does he set us free from? From slavery to sin, from being slaves to ourselves and to our own selfish, sinful desires. This freedom, it was a gift. It was grace. Maybe today you're really struggling with grace, or maybe you're struggling with the freedom experienced through grace. You see, maybe you've received God's gift, but you're still struggling with greed. You just can't seem to get enough. Maybe you're struggling with lust, and so now you're back addicted to pornography. You know you're forgiven, but you just kind of shrug off the addiction. Maybe you look around at the world and you just get so frustrated, so angry. But that anger leads to blowing up at your kids, at your spouse, or anyone in your path. If you are a follower of Christ, you truly are free. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not going to struggle, but it means that you are free from having to go back to that addiction or that behavior. Now, maybe you're not abusing your freedom. Instead, maybe you're just struggling with accepting that gift. This is why Paul was writing to the Galatian churches. People were just going back to their old ways of religion. They kept trying to earn their way back to God when Christ already made the way. You see, Jesus said in John 14:6, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but through me. You see, there's just no amount of prayers that you can say or any amount of money you can give away that will get you to God. There's no amount of random acts of kindness that can save you. Salvation, true freedom from slavery to sin, comes only through the gift that God gave through Jesus Christ. If you today are not a Christian, God offers you true freedom from slavery. You don't have to keep doing life the way you're doing it. If you're like most people, you're playing the game of religion, that game of performance. You're feeling empty. You're feeling frustrated. God says, stop. Stop trying and meet my Son, Jesus Christ. Through Jesus' death, burial, and resurrection, that is where you can find true freedom and peace with God. If you are a Christian today and you are struggling with sin, remember, you are no longer a slave. The chains have been broken and the door to the prison cell has been ripped off and never to be put on again. If this is you today, pray for help. Seek accountability and assistance through a Christian friend or a pastor. And I would encourage you, go back to the Bible and be grounded in God's Word. God's grace is overwhelming. It's unlike any gift that you can possibly receive. My challenge for you is to receive that gift and allow it to change your life today.